A year ago, Denny Hamlin and Kevin Harvick were both on the same page, being outspoken and expressing their concerns about safety issues with the next-gen car. They presented a unified voice for the drivers. NASCAR responded and made changes to the car this season. This week, the pair were most certainly not on the same page, as evidenced by the Joe Gibbs Racing driver's remarks on his podcast, when he addressed the recent outcry from fans about boring road course racing and the lack of action due largely to the removal of stage cautions, and he pointed the finger directly at Harvick. Kevin Harvick and Denny Hamlin are both bound for the NASCAR Hall of Fame, with a combined 110 Cup Series wins between them. Their on-track success and length of service have naturally established each as a leader in the NASCAR Cup Series garage. Their voices matter. They proved that last year on multiple occasions when speaking to the media about concerns over safety issues with the next-gen car.
I think that the most frustrating part of the whole process is the fact that the safety piece to the drivers and the conversation with the drivers, which was asked for by the drivers, was had at the very end of everything.
Yeah, they're proactively right now. They're proactively going after it. Obviously, they made a bunch of changes this week. You know, I think as the team, what the drivers and the teams are saying is that it shouldn't take us yelling through the media to get it done.
NASCAR listened to all the drivers, made changes in the off-season, and by most accounts, the safety of the car has been improved in 2023. But the car is just one of the areas the sanctioning body has branched out and tried something new in recent years. Another, adding new tracks. That's included some ambitious moves like racing inside the LA Memorial Coliseum or through the streets of Chicago. From the get-go, NASCAR officials have insisted this car is conducive to racing on road courses because of its design, which is inspired by the Australian V8 supercars. Hello, Shane Van Gisbergen. Unfortunately, SVG's thrilling victory on the shores of Lake Michigan hasn't been the norm. Races with right and left turns have not consistently produced an entertaining racing product. Many fans have been outspoken and complained. Those complaints have reached a fever pitch in recent weeks after back-to-back races on the Indianapolis Road Course and Watkins Glen, where both races combined lasted for just over 4 hours and featured a pair of cautions. Yeah, that's right, 2. Justin Haley at Indy and Chase Elliott at Watkins Glen. That's because before the start of this season, NASCAR announced that all road course races would remove the cautions during stage breaks. Points would still be awarded at the stage conclusion, but there would be no stoppage in action, no restarts. It was obvious officials thought there would still be natural cautions and that would provide enough stoppage in the action and re-racks. As we found out in the last couple of weeks, that hasn't been the case. This week, on his Actions Detrimental podcast, Hamlin acknowledged that he has heard and seen the negative response from fans about the lack of action due largely to the removal of stage cautions during races on the Indianapolis Road Course and Watkins Glen, and directly pointed the finger at Kevin Harvick.
I think that the stage caution thing, I hate to throw him under the bus on his final year, but this came from Kevin Harvick saying we have to throw out the cautions. He got it going in the media, and then the people on social media took over and saying, "Well, he's right. He's right." So what Kevin's saying is that we got to get rid of the stage cautions because everyone's strategy is the same now. Well, I can assure you they're all the same now because we're just going to run our car out of gas and run it from the back because we're not planning for many cautions anymore.
What the 3-time Daytona 500 winner is referring to is last summer before the race at the Brickyard. That's when the 2014 Cup Series champion, while teaming with Hamlin and addressing safety concerns with the car, answered a question about the need for full course cautions during stage breaks. In my opinion, there should be no stage breaks. I think the stages should be rolling laps, and when the stage ends, and you score points on that lap. but I think that the stages and all the extra cautions, they just take away from the race. NASCAR once again listened, and this year, Harvick's 23rd and final implemented that change. Now the question is, with Harvick retiring next year, will NASCAR revert to its old process and reintroduce cautions during stage breaks? And to add another layer of intrigue, if they do, what will Harvick have to say about it in his new role as an announcer in the Fox broadcast booth? Things that make you go,